Respect, not your genuine love, respect page. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. I hope your day's coming along well so far. Protect your energy because not everybody's ready for your time. You know, when you a child of God, you don't gotta sit here and fake gaslight somebody that God is working in your favor because you are the miracle within yourself, regardless of what trauma you've experienced from a child point of view, going into your adulthood, being sexually assaulted as a child, dealing with trauma on top of trauma, being brainwashed. You put a name to your book, dealing with discrimination, dealing with violence. You put a name to your book. You know, the last thing you have to do is fake gas like anybody at the end of the day that God is working miracles within you because you are the miracle within yourself because God is allowing you to become your best self version of yourself. And when they can't get in tune to who you truly are today because God is working in your favor, it's not meant for them to understand. You know, as long as you stay in your lane, respecting yourself to elevate and continue to become your best self vision of yourself, that's the most important part because God is on your time and God got your back. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, days they can't get in tune with you because God is working in your favor for a reason. You know, the enemy shows up in the most weirdest moments of your life when you least expect it. You could be becoming your best self vision of yourself. You could be at genuine peace with yourself and you don't gotta wear a mask to fake gas like somebody that you're genuinely at peace with yourself and you genuinely have self-awareness within yourself to show for yourself to become your best self vision, to understand the assignment that God installed within you, these tools: self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-worth, self-patience, self-peace, self-love, self-confidence, and healthy boundaries so you can become your best self vision of yourself. Because you know, when you understood the assignment within the summit that God was patient with you for a reason and God allowed you to see another day for a reason so you can elevate and become your best self vision of yourself. You know, starting that healing process wasn't easy, but God allowed you to become your best self vision for a reason. You know, your enemy would try to sidetrack you and allow you to believe that, yo, I'm gonna suck at your thought process today so you could be unworthy of yourself so you can give up. But God did not install within you to give up on yourself or to live in fear or to be discouraged at the end of the day. Like, it just be the most simplest things. Like, it be the most simplest things. Like, and you be saying to yourself, it's like, you could go to the grocery store. Somebody catching an attitude because they don't want to be at work. Like, ma'am, sir, like, it ain't my fault you clocked in. What's wrong with you? It be little stuff sometimes. Like, and you gotta always be mindful at the end of the day. No need to go back and forth with somebody because they don't want to be at work, or you taking care of business or whatever the case may be, and somebody does not want to be at work today. It's not your fault that you're going in there to drop off a documentation just to put your whatever you need to do to take care of your business in the day, and they giving you a hard time, what they're giving you a hard time, and you go through a supervisor, and the supervisor take care 1, 2, 3. And the supervisor asking them, ma'am, sir, what was the problem? Like, I'm confused. Like, this person wasn't being aggressive. They wasn't being rude or disrespectful. They came in through the building respectfully. They greeted everybody. And what happened? The person going to say within their thought process, I just didn't feel like doing my job today. It's the thought process for me, because that's what they really trying to say without expressing it, without actually saying it, you know, verbally, but it shows all over their face. It's the mindset for me because, you know, people pick and choose who they want to deal with at the end of the day when they're at work. So you got to be mindful at the end of the day. When the enemy appears, you got to stay in your lane and understand the assignment within the assignment. You walk by faith, not by sight. And the enemy would try to sidetrack you so quick. And God is allowing you to be patient with the process so you won't come out of pocket at the end of the day. Because God's allowing you to stay in your lane for a reason. Because you understood the assignment to respect your neighbor. Just because your neighbor's not going to respect you, you still got to respect your neighbor. And especially when you don't got blessings and to bring harm towards yourself and others around you, you know, it still cause you. They can say whatever they want to say in the day. As long as they don't put no hands on you, you know, that's something totally different. But even still, at the end of the day, when you're a child of God, when you know, you got to stay in your lane because God is going to work on your behalf and take care of that person, but, you know, on their own time, to reevaluate their thought process and let them know, like, yo, what you was just doing. Like, God's going to check them later. You don't got to check nobody at the end of the day to prove a point, like to allow them to believe that, you know, you got the upper hand. Nah, you went to the supervisor already. You did what you needed to do. You didn't go back and forth with words, and that was it. And God allowed you to see, like, look, see, you being patient with your process. You see how that works when you patient with your process, because God got another blessing for you, and God is still working within you, and God's showing that you could become your best self vision of yourself instead of going back and forth with somebody that doesn't know their value within themselves to understand the assignment within the assignment that they don't know how to respect their neighbor. So because they don't know how to respect their neighbor, they only disrespecting themselves. It's a thought process for me. You know, your enemy appears in people when you least expect it. You know, it don't have to be your fault when someone has an attitude with you, or someone doesn't understand your walk of life, or someone doesn't understand the way you talk, and you talk firm within talking firm of, as you believe in what you're saying, as you know, you're saying the right thing. You're not going against nobody. You're not disrespecting nobody in no shape or form, but you're just speaking up for yourself. And because when you speak up for yourself, people are so intimidated by that. And you know, when God allows you to speak, and when God allows you to speak at the right time, God is installing patience within you. And God is still believing in you. And God is knowing that at the end of the day, hey, child of God, keep it up. I see you. You're doing the right thing. You're speaking up for yourself. Something that you need to do on a regular. You know, sometimes, you know, our past will allow us to be not too comfortable to speak up for ourselves sometimes, because, you know, we feel like, you know what, certain trauma allowed us to fall back and just stay in our lane. But sometimes you have to speak up for yourself, because if you don't speak up for yourself, who's going to speak up for you? And I say that respectfully. You know, you don't gotta speak up to be disrespectful. You don't gotta speak up to go back and forth and hurt somebody. No. You're speaking up for yourself in a decent manner. You're speaking up for yourself in a way that they may not understand, and they may take it as a threat. But because they're going to take it as a threat, it's okay, because you know why? God got your back, and God sees everything. You know, when that person can't get in tune with the fact that you're just respecting them, all you're doing is respecting them, but they're taking your energy as you're being disrespectful. And that calls somebody as being low vibrational, and that's called someone showing up and appearing. That's your enemy being right in front of your face, and you didn't send for them, but they're coming for you. But with God's protection for every direction, God got your back, because God did not instill within you for you to give up, live in fear, or be discouraged. When you walk by faith, not by sight, when God opens certain doors for your life for a reason, God is guiding you to better days ahead, so you can become your best self version of yourself. You're becoming more brave, you're becoming more strong, you're becoming more wiser, and you understood the assignment within the assignment that God got your back. You know, they're not going to understand when you speak up for yourself, and you don't have to be disrespectful, but when you speak up for yourself in a tone that is taken as a threat, it sounds personal on the other half. Like, it sounds real personal. And especially when you're not being disrespectful in no shape or form, but you're just being your authentic self. Not everybody's going to respect you, and that's okay. But who's truly for you will be for you at the end of the day. But when you know the enemy's right in front of you, you gotta stay firm within yourself to stay in your lane. Like, yo, not today, devil. And I say that respectfully. Devil, return back to sender. Devil, not today. Because we don't shake with the enemy, and I said that respectfully. It's the thought process for me. You know, because God didn't allow the enemy to come for you. The enemy sent for you. And because the enemy sent for you, the enemy wanted you to come out of character. The enemy wanted you to lose everything that you had going on within yourself, when they don't have nothing to lose, but you do. And because you have everything to lose, God is not going to allow you to lose yourself because of someone's thought process being projected on you. Because they will sit there and psych out your thought process, psych out your freedom, and psych out your pockets. Now you reevaluate what your thought process saying yourself is. If I was only more patient with my process, if I understood the assignment that God installed within me to be patient, because that's why God installed patience within you, so you can show up as your best self vision of yourself. Just because they don't understand you, it's not meant for them to understand you. But God is working miracles in your life for a reason, because God allowed you to see the end of the day for a reason. And you ain't got to fake gaslight somebody, because God's working in your favor. God got your back. Be patient with your process. God never overlooked you. God never overlooked you. God is still patient with your process, because God allowed you to see the end of the day for a reason. Just because they gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because they overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or person misintention second your thought process on your friend, because you are worthy and you matter. You know, they would fake gaslight you, act like you're so in tune with God, and the whole entire time they trying to bring harm towards you. Second your thought process on your friend, your eyesight, in your pockets. So protect your energy, because not everybody's deserving your time. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day and have a safe week. Protect your energy, because not everybody's deserving your time. Now you genuine love, respect. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. You know, when you tune into God, you don't gotta fake gaslight somebody when God's working in your favor. And you don't wear a mask when you tune into God. That's why they don't understand you. Respect.